The merger is complete, but what does the future hold for WWE? A storm is a brewing in wrestling's free agency, and a new report highlights All In's real attendance numbers. All that and much, much more today on City Wrestling Radio.
Give me a hell yeah!
Welcome back to City Wrestling Radio, September 18th, 2023. I'm your host, Corey Smith, being joined, as always, by City Wrestling Radio's own big, nice booty daddy, Mr. Jose Oseguera.
Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing out there in the interwebs land? And how are you doing, Mr. Smith?
What? I'm just saying, the only thing that separates you and Scott Steiner are the attitudes. He's bad and you're good. I'm just saying.
Right. Okay. And I know math.
But do you know Steiner MJF math?
I do. And it's it's a difficult concept to grasp.
There's a formula for everything.
There's.
But nonetheless, we're not here to talk about Scott Steiner as much as I want to. I mean,
we could do a whole show.
We could, but it's a whole bunch of stuff we're going to get into today because I just want to get right into it without wasting any time. As you may have heard, everyone heard all over the news on Tuesday. For the first time in over 40 years, Vince McMahon no longer holds majority stake in WWE. Like I said, the merger has now been complete with Endeavour creating the new company TKO Holdings. Press release issued last Tuesday formally announced the completion of the deal. A merge entity encompassing both companies. In this new venture, Endeavour possesses a controlling interest of about 51% of the company, while WWE shareholders will retain 49% stake. Importantly, WWE and the UFC will continue to function independently, despite being part of the same conglomerate. The press release states TKO brings together UFC, the world's premier MMA organization, and WWE, an integrated media organization and the recognized global leader in sports entertainment. You know, Vince added that line. To create a new premium sports and entertainment company serving more than 1 billion young and diverse fans, reaching viewers in 180 countries and producing more than 350 annual live events. I mean, Raw alone, 52, right?
Yeah.
There you go. You only have an extra $2.99 UFC. Come on. Well, no, SmackDown, so 104. Yeah. See, we're way over. But it further highlights that TKO will leverage Endeavor's expertise in various areas, including domestic and international media rights, ticket sales, event operations, global partnership, licensing, and premium hospitality to stimulate, and also simulate in some ways revenue growth. Ari Emanuel, the CEO of Endeavour, assumes the role of CEO to TKO Group Holdings. Vince McMahon holds the title of executive chairman, will oversee the pro wrestling division. Dana White continues to serve as CEO of UFC. Nick Khan, WWE president, has also secured a seat on the TKO board of directors. And to commemorate the finalization of the deal, Ari Emanuel rang in the opening bell of the New York Stock Exchange Tuesday morning. If you saw the giant UFC and WWE belts outside there, notable at the also accompanying them were Vince McMahon, Dana White, Nick Khan, Paul Levesque, Bianca Belair, Daniel Cormier, Kevin Dunn, and also Montez Ford, which was random, but I know because Bianca's there, she's going to leverage him there, which is good. So what are your thoughts on the first off, what are your thoughts on this deal so far?
So far it looks like Vince is stepping in and stepping up, what I've read is that he came back and he's backstage and he's most likely in Gorilla. This is just rumors, of course. I don't live backstage. I don't know what's going on. But it looks like nothing was advertised like they have been recently.
Oh, on Raw. There were some changes on Monday Night Raw this week. I heard some of them were actually made by Paul Levesque.
Okay.
So take that in consideration and take it with a grain of salt. It's WWE.
Yeah, totally. We'll see. I don't know what they can add, Endeavor. They can add to what WWE already knows.
Yeah. Uh,
Maybe a little bit more hip, a little bit more in with the new crowd, and Vince is a little bit of an outlier now that he's older.
I
That's
think
my best bet.
production, marketing, things like that are going to be stepped up a little bit. Even though WWE was kind of already at top tier,
Yeah.
kind of in the wrestling game, they
Mhm.
never left in clips of 5, 4. All right,
That's
take 22, Keith Lee. Let's go.
I think that's totally on purpose.
A lot of people do, but it has to be. It has to.
It
It
has to
fucking
be.
has to
Yeah.
be, right?
Take 22. Come on.
Come on, Keith Lee. And if it is, it's a total rib on Keith Lee. Anyways, we're not done because Endeavour executives Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro have provided an update on the ongoing discussions regarding WWE's upcoming media rights deals. WWE's existing rights agreements, both for Raw and SmackDown, are set to expire in October of 2024. And in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Shapiro conveyed their their positive progress, highlighting the very encouraging conversations with several players and platforms. Shapiro elaborated further, stating, "We're both we're having very encouraging conversations with several players and platforms at the moment on WWE Raw and SmackDown. We're cautiously optimistic. We're in many ways being valued as a unicorn because
Hmm.
we're a year-round company. WWE is a full calendar sports and entertainment platform with significant engagement, strong reach, and attractive demos. That's us, Jose. We're attractive demos.
Yeah, we are.
And the bods. This quote is was really transcribed weird,
And it
but
bodes
anyways,
well. It bodes well.
and that bodes well. Sorry, I'm not a good reader, and that bodes well for these conversations. And I believe that we'll have the results that were in line with market expectations. Additionally, Shapiro mentioned on CNBC that discussions are taking place with both traditional linear and digital platform. Ari Emanuel, the CEO of both companies, was expressing confidence in ongoing negotiations. He also believes that the forthcoming rights deal will align with what the market is expecting. Notably, though, during the New York Fashion Week, which happened coincide with the New York Stock Exchange stuff, we saw Ari Emanuel, Triple H, and Jeff Bezos sitting front row at a
At a Fashion Week.
at Fashion Week.
Okay.
Well, yes, it is very weird. Triple H was kind of like, oh, what am I doing here? Because like that, come on. I know Triple H is an executive now, but he's one of the boys. Like, you know what I
Yeah, yeah.
mean?
Send me out here to hobnob with these tight buckles.
Yeah,
This Bezos guy.
but Amazon might be a potential destination for SmackDown. Currently, it's on Fox and Raw and NXT on the USA Network. What do you think? What network do you think WWE will land WWE, Jose?
Well, will they talk about linear? I'm assuming that's standard TV over the air,
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes, yes.
so they need to stay with one of the major three or four, right?
You think so?
I mean, you have to get a big part of their demographic is the older crowd, the 50 plus, the 65 plus. They're a nice chunk of WWE crowd.
They're also an attractive demo.
Very. Um, so those guys, how much Amazon streaming you think they do? How much Netflix streaming you think they do? Like live streaming, YouTube live streaming? No, they rely on the television.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Well,
know, and
the older people get though, the older crowds we're gonna have watching stuff on Amazon. Hell, I'm 37, Jose. I know
Mhm.
you're a year or two older than me.
Yeah.
So like we both stream constantly.
Mhm.
The over 50 demo will be streaming within a good 5 years or so, if not already.
Okay, yeah, sure. I know a couple people that are not streaming yet. But you get more butts in the seats with a standard TV channel. That being said, I like what Peacock has going on. I like
Yeah.
the original WWE network.
Yes.
To hold your catalog and your premium events on a streaming platform, all for it. But your Raws and SmackDowns needs to stay on standard TV.
Absolutely. But we got spoiled with the WWE network. $9.99 a month for
Mhm.
pay-per-view and every month. That's
Yeah.
literally what we were paying for.
Mhm.
Let's be real. We weren't paying that $10 to watch World Class. Like
No.
it was there, and we did. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? But we're not paying that for that. We're paying to watch the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So
By
it's
the way,
interesting to
don't forget to tune into our retro reviews coming soon.
yes, the retro review that is coming very soon. I'll be honest, I kind of spilt some water on a hard drive, and I need to transfer some stuff off of it, but
Oh no.
it's okay. It's not like it was the one that was holding my resume templates or anything.
Zoinks.
But on top of all of this, there were a few notable surprises since the merger. I will have to say that. Becky Lynch winning the NXT Women's Title,
Mhm.
surprise. John
Mhm.
Cena, he was back before the merger happened, but he's back.
Mhm.
And now the return of the People's Champion, The Rock. This comes after The Rock made a statement on ESPN a day prior on not on ESPN, sorry, he was on speaking on the Pat McAfee show. I don't
Right.
know if that airs on ESPN, but it was being the same setup
Mhm.
as like one of those ESPN setups in front of College Game Day or something.
Yeah.
But he made a statement saying that Roman and him were locked in to main event WrestleMania last year at SoFi Stadium, but things just didn't pan out. Saying kind of like, "Oh, we wanted to give the fans something. We wanted to build upon it. Like, what does this match lead to? This isn't the end point. This needs to be the starting point." And they couldn't get to that. They couldn't figure that out.
Yeah.
So we have The Rock coming back.
Okay. Well, we
Uh,
were told something different a year ago, but okay.
what was that?
That I'm just not in ring ready. I need to get in ring ready. Look at me. I'm cut. I'm
Well, yeah.
stacked. Look at. I'm just not ready for the ring. All
Well,
right.
he makes this comment in Denver, Colorado. Hours later, makes it to Boulder, Colorado for the opening of SmackDown.
Mhm.
I'm jealous. I want to go when The Rock's there. Like I know he was there for WrestleMania. Was it 31?
Mhm.
But a surprise Rock entrance. That's pretty
That's
cool.
very cool. Yeah,
Uh,
your
so,
ticket prices just went up
so
without. Yeah, go ahead.
Jose, what do you think about these bigger names moving to each show? Because if you think about it, they're moving a bigger name, not to each show yet, but you have three big names. You have
Mhm.
three shows. You have The Rock, you have Cena, you have Becky. Becky's already went to NXT. She's the champion there. The Rock is back on SmackDown, pretty much the show that was invented for him.
Mhm.
And I think over time, we're going to get John Cena on Monday Night Raw. Do you think this is the right direction, the right step in a direction for WWE Creative?
No, not at all. You don't bring back part timers to. Okay, first of all, let's just clear the air here. Everybody on the internet is talking about how healthy WWE is right now. If they were that healthy, then why are they pulling all the punches? Why are they bringing all the major names back? Stone Cold Steve Austin is 2 seconds away from coming back.
Yeah,
Um,
he's already been back.
yeah,
Kevin Owens a couple years
um,
ago.
yeah, yeah. Becky Lynch. The reason why she's going to NXT is to give NXT a boost. I have friends who are casual watchers, and they never watch NXT. Guess what they
Yeah,
were watching last week?
yeah.
So yeah, I
NXT.
think there's a false equivalency here saying how healthy the wrestling business in general is. I mean, I think it's healthier than it has been in a very long time, but I don't think it's 1980s NWO levels yet. It could be, but
No, I don't think it's 1980s or NWO levels, but what I will say is this: like, I don't know, they are pulling all the punches.
this
Kind
is
of
this is an Endeavor move, right?
this. It has to be. It
Or it's a Vince pulling out the red carpet. Thank you, new owners. Here, we're gonna kiss a little ass and get you some ratings.
Well, I mean, I don't know. To The Rock coming back, I don't. To me, that the first like real show after the merger is complete, to me that says like this is like an Endeavor, not like where we want The Rock on and you better do it, but more of like a maybe Ari Emanuel saying, "Hey Rock, you want to come on? You're over in Boulder or you're over in Denver. Why don't you come over to Boulder?"
Mhm.
You know,
I
um,
don't think that's a coincidence at all. Yeah.
especially after speculation of now what possibly he said something about, well, it could happen this year in Philadelphia.
Mm. Dude,
So
if they do that to Cody, he should.
Cody is just seeing everything fade in front of him. He's just like,
Mhm.
what did I do? I could have been TNT champion forever over there.
Oh,
Him and Sammy Guevara would have went back and forth for like 4 years.
yeah.
Would have been fine.
Oh my god.
But while a lot of
They're
moves
fine.
yeah, they were fine. And while a lot of moves had been made on the screen, a lot of moves have been happening behind the scenes
Mhm.
as Dana Warrior's tenure at WWE has come to an end as a part of the post-merger staff reduction. Dana Warrior had been actively involved in WWE's community outreach program until her departure. PW Insider reported the news on Friday, revealing that Dana was among those affected by the layoffs. Dana Warrior initially joined the company following her husband's death in 2014. Over time, she transitioned into the creative team, but left that position last year.
Wow.
Uh, among other, yeah, I know she was there for a while in creative, and she was there when creative wasn't that good.
Hmm.
Among other notable departures from WWE, big names. Everyone's going to be like, what? Jamie Horowitz. What? That's the EVP of developmental and digital. So don't write your resumes to him. Catherine Newman, EVP and head of marketing, and Amanda Bloom, director of enterprise master data and governance. Wow.
Hmm.
According to PW Insider, WWE President Nick Khan informed the staff on Friday afternoon that layoffs had been finalized and asked those situated in Stamford to attend a Tuesday meeting at WWE's new headquarters. Jose, I think we're seeing layoffs. We are seeing all these layoffs behind the scenes, but do you think TKO will start tightening the belt in front of the camera, maybe laying off some extra talent that they haven't needed over the years?
Well, we'll see. There's two big names floating around right now that may or may not sign. So if you see any of those two faces on TV soon, that would mean that no, they're not tightening their belt when it comes to talent. What I see here is just redundancy layoffs. These are, people that Endeavour have and they prefer over WWE people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in my personal the way I think about it, there are going to be people out there like let's say the WWE digital people, right?
Mhm.
They're going to know things that are integral and like just going to be there like that need to be done every single day for wrestling product, where the UFC people might not understand that because they're like, "Oh, well we didn't understand this about wrestling." You need
Yeah.
to cut about 25% of your staff in every department, I think.
Hmm.
And the only way to make that work, just so you have some sort of crossover, or at least 50 to 25%,
Yeah. Yeah.
but we'll see. But you did mention one of the names out there, one CM Punk, because you can't have a wrestling podcast without talking about CM Punk nowadays.
Especially nowadays. Yeah.
It's just you can't avoid it. So while the future of WWE employees remains uncertain, so too does the future of the former AEW Real World's Champion CM Punk. During a conversation with ESPN regarding the WWE Endeavour deal, Nick Khan was asked about the potential return of Punk, who to the company. Khan refrained from giving a definitive response, stating, "Listen, we only have respect for Phil. We appreciate his run here. We appreciate what he did and tried to do for the UFC. Not many people can actually get in there and do what he did.
No, a lot of
So
people could get in there and do what he did.
get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
So when we have respect for Phil, we wish him nothing but the best." Okay, that's literally nothing. But answer. It was an answer. In recent interviews, WWE's Zelina Vega, Finn Balor, and Drew McIntyre were also been asked about their thoughts on Punk. Vega expressed her enthusiasm, stating she would absolutely like to see Punk back in WWE, while Balor and McIntyre remained a bit more reserved in their responses when asked about this on the Ringer Wrestling Show, which has no affiliation with us, so we're not taking credit for this.
Yeah.
If he would be interested in a program with Punk, Balor responded, "I'd be interested in wrestling a broomstick if someone is going to pay me big money for it. So show me the money. Money talks." There you go. McIntyre, in an interview with Sportskeeda, um, chose his words a little bit more carefully, saying, "I don't make these decisions. I watch what I say in interviews, but he's certainly controversial and gets people talking. I'll leave it at that."
Hmm.
So Punk's last appearance in WWE was in 2014 after he left the company. Now, speculation had seemingly died down for a few days. Uh, Friday night, Punk made his return to the TV screens and the MMA commentary table for Cage Fury Fighting Championships in North Dakota and was broadcast live on the UFC Fight Pass. So this is a company that has ties with UFC.
Mhm.
During the broadcast, Punk's commentary partner, John Morgan, playfully alluded to Punk's recent exit from AEW, joking that he had encountered Punk backstage and he's back with cause. Punk remarked during the broadcast that he currently has some free time on his hands for the next 2.5 months, which could be a reference to a potential non compete clause following his departure from AEW. As you may know, Survivor Series takes place November 25th in Chicago. What are your thoughts on Punk right now, Jose? What are your thoughts on what he said this week?
I think he's doing a lot of teasing for teasing's sake.
Yeah.
I don't think anything's solidified yet for him. Wouldn't it be funny though if he doesn't land a job with WWE and he's just kind of in limbo for the next 6 months? I mean,
Well, didn't he try to get a job? Like, didn't he have that thing with WWE backstage?
he
Remember,
was like he was hired by Fox or by was it
yeah,
Fox or
yeah.
it was
The
somebody.
show was with
Mhm.
Fox. He was a
Yeah,
Fox employee, but WWE nixed him out.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, I,
So
I,
I don't think if you can't get a job by various people, maybe the problem isn't the people.
yeah.
To be
Well,
determined. We'll see.
here's the thing too. It's if you think about it, it's September. It's September 18th,
Mhm.
October 18th. I don't think he would make Survivor Series. Like
No,
that doesn't line up.
it doesn't. You know what does line up is the Rumble.
The Rumble for sure, and especially didn't he walk at his last? Wasn't his like last thing at the Rumble where he got eliminated like really early in 2014, I believe.
I think you're right.
So
I
that
don't
would be a
remember,
good
but yeah,
return.
it would be.
For CM Punk.
Mhm.
I wish all the best to him. I mean,
Yeah,
look, I hope. I
yeah.
hope that be.
I don't wish
Hey,
anyone to not be working if they want to work.
I gotta support a Giants fan.
There you go.
It's I do always love. There's that picture after he won the WWE title, and he put it in the fridge, and next to it is the plastic Giants cup,
Mhm,
like
mhm.
from the stadium, and I'm just like, I have that same cup. Me and CM Punk are alike. But another face that we've been talking about in recent weeks that could be coming to a WWE, maybe going back to AEW. We're not sure at this point.
Mhm.
Is Jade Cargill? This last week on AEW Rampage, Chris Statlander defeated Cargill to retain the TBS Championship. Now, the match itself, Jade losing wasn't that weird, but what was strange was Cargill's goodbye to the fans after the show. In a report from PW Insider, it was noted that Cargill's AEW contract has come to an end, and she is set to join the WWE Performance Center in Orlando this week. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter discussed Cargill's departure from AEW, stating those in WWE believed she was coming and that it would be good on the main roster rather than developmental, but I could see it going either way. Another person in WWE described it to us as that her name has been talked about, but the deal wasn't completed at the time. The money, though, something that I'm assuming AEW wouldn't meet her on would be huge if she's going to the main roster. I don't see her taking developmental money.
No, no, no.
What do you think of this Jade Cargill situation? Do you think she's going to WWE? Do you think she's going to AEW? Back to AEW?
The main goal in a professional wrestler's life is to, especially someone probably more new to the game or more casual
Yeah.
to the wrestling business. Their main goal would be to be in WWE. I would think that they're still considered the major leagues of pro wrestling. So yeah, I would hedge my bets to say that she's going to WWE. I would hope she stays in AEW. I think she's a AEW staple,
Yeah.
a symbol of AEW. True, she's not the slickest of workers.
I mean,
She's
that just doesn't really matter, though, does it? Like,
no. Her charisma carries her to levels that very few get to see. She's athletic, super strong. I mean, everything you want in a pro wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Um,
She's everything WWE wants in a professional wrestler
I think she's
or
everything
entertainer.
anybody wants.
Yeah.
You know, whoever you are, if you're an indie promotion up to WWE, everyone wants a piece. Um, so I mean, we'll see. I'm guessing WWE main roster. That's the only way to go.
Well, the one thing that kind of crossed my mind this week is we're talking about people moving, we're talking about people coming in, people maybe leaving, with all this stuff going on. But one thing that I thought of, Becky Lynch,
Mm-hmm.
she just won the NXT title.
Yeah,
What better way to put over Jade Cargill than beating Becky Lynch to win the NXT Women's title?
true. Yeah, and have her
Becky,
float between NXT and the main roster.
that or just give her a run in NXT for a minute, have her lose the title eventually.
Mm-hmm.
They could even Oscar her and just,
Mm.
no one beat her, so she's going to relinquish the title
Yeah,
and just kind of get her adapted to the WWE way. You know
yeah.
what I mean?
I think it's going to be a little bit more friendly for her style.
Yeah. And because, Becky Lynch working with her the first time, Becky's going to be able to work with her, give her a great match. She's working with a WrestleMania main eventer.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, she's going to go back to Vince. She's going to go back to Triple H and she could go, oh, yeah, Jade's great to work with,
Yeah.
So I think it's the best option for her going to WWE rather than staying in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really an interesting time we're in again, like this speculation of who's going where and when and why. We haven't had this
It's a very
since
long time.
WCW. Yeah, 20 plus years. Like,
Oh no,
oh,
since AEW's first inception, Chris Jericho, where's he going? Oh my God, he's showing up.
in New Japan. Yeah,
Moxley, oh my God,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So the beginnings of AEW times that those were good. So we're seeing that resurgence, which is always fun, right? Who's going to show up this week?
Yeah, I was actually just watching a video of Jericho's debut recently in WWE, and
Mm-hmm.
that was such a great debut, man.
It
Like
was.
I remember watching it live, the countdown to the millennium.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's freaking out about Y2K, and then all of a sudden, like Jericho pops out and like de- and in a similar situation, debuting with the guy, The Rock in the ring, kind of similar to a Jade Cargill Becky Lynch situation.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
have one of the top stars there. Jade comes out, lays her out. I'm just saying, man, this could be big money for Jade Cargill in the
Yeah.
future in
Well, we
WWE.
we most likely have to wait another 3 months, right?
Well,
Unless
if
Tony did
her contract expired, I don't think it's a non
there,
compete. Like,
after that.
because she's supposed to go to Performance Center this week.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and you know what? And I think too, her contract was more of a Phil Dates type of thing. That's why she had to come back to fight Statlander.
God, that was and that was so lame how they just took the title off her like that, and now it's like it's dead now. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
care about the TBS. I didn't really before, but I like Jade Cargill. Like
Mm-hmm.
she looks like a fucking superhero, dude.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She
Especially when
looks
she
like
went all green, she did the She-Hulk thing. Man,
yeah. I mean, she's
like, no, they
based
miscast She-Hulk. They should have
her
got her.
her whole character is Storm. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, yes. Uh-huh.
So I don't know. I think she's gonna do great in WWE. We move on. Uh, one person.
I told you guys about this guy years and years ago. This was the years of Michael Vergara. I told you. I hate saying I told you so. I'm kidding. I love it. I told you so. Okay.
So Matt Riddle, shall we get into? I guess we didn't get it. We weren't on last week. So Matt Riddle is set to return to Monday Night Raw this week. This comes following a recent sexual assault allegation made by Riddle on
Made by Riddle?
Instagram. Yes, you don't remember this?
Riddle made the allegation.
Riddle made the allegation.
Oh, okay. Please continue.
So Riddle. Okay, let's see. I didn't put the exact quote. So okay, this is what I'm just going off memory now. Riddle hit Twitter and
Mhm.
or X or no Twitter because it was a live video, and he was like, "Hey, I'm at JFK. I can't wait to get out of here. Like I just was sexually assaulted, just because like." And then he also put a post on X saying, just because I'm a nice guy doesn't mean you can cross those lines. The Port Authority out here has got some explaining to do. I was just sexually assaulted by one of your officers, posting a picture of the officer.
Right.
Now, first and foremost, my first thing was do not victim blame, because that is not what you want to do. Even if that person has been alleged for other shit in the past as well. You know what I mean? You never want to do that. You want to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. First thing that came into my head though, they found something on him. He flipped out. He caused a scene. That was my first inclination.
Yeah.
So Riddle was noticeably absent following the incident on Monday Night Raw. WWE said Riddle's absence was due to an inner ear infection and bronchitis. But according to PW Insider Report, he's expected back on Raw. The Port Authority officers had alleged that Riddle was disruptive and appeared to be heavily intoxicated while going through flight transfers on Sunday. Riddle took to Instagram to make the accusations of sexual assault against him and against one of the officers. Both WWE and the Port Authority have launched investigations into the incident. Currently, as you may know, Matt Riddle has been on Raw for recent weeks, teaming with Drew McIntyre. So, man, I just don't think Matt Riddle's good for WWE anymore, man.
No, and they know it too, because have you noticed that they've been handing them off to everybody recently? If you don't have anything going on, you're going to get Riddle. What do you have going on right now? Oh, nothing really. Here's Riddle. You're going to tag with him tonight. What do you have going on? Nothing. I've been backstage for 3 weeks. Here's Riddle. You're going to tag with him tonight.
Yeah. And if it was a fake allegation, that just proves even more of a scummy move. I'm not gonna say a scumbag move, because I'm not gonna say he's a scumbag, because this could have happened. The guy could have grabbed him and did something weird to him. That is totally true. But that being said, like, I don't know, man. To me, it looks like he's using it as an excuse to try to get out of something when he acted up, and he does not take this sexual assault seriously. He does not take the allegations of sexual assault seriously, because you wouldn't put that on anyone that that didn't do it. Secondly, think about the fucking people that alleged against him. Think about the people that actually have been raped, or that whether those allegations against Riddle were true or not. Think about those people who have been raped, and you're taking everything away from them just because you acted up at a fucking airport. It's childish, and I think it's ridiculous, and I think WWE needs to part ways with them as soon as possible.
Yeah. And do we know how big this person was that made these advances towards Riddle?
The picture I saw, he wasn't huge. He wasn't big at all. And that's another thing I thought. I was just thinking that right now. What if I was like, Riddle's a big guy.
I was
Riddle's
just about to say that. Yeah, he's a former MMA fighter.
He's a former MMA fighter. That being said, these are authority officers. You know what I mean?
Best of training for those guys.
Well, they have guns.
Okay.
They do have guns.
Okay.
Well, I'll say that.
All right.
But man, just fire him and fucking hire RVD back. He'll be fine.
There you go.
I'd rather RVD. What he dates a porn star, and he has his own weed company. Big fucking deal, man.
Yeah. Whoop did do. The guy just wrestled like 3 weeks ago. He's still got something in the tank.
I think he's actually scheduled to wrestle again on AEW in a couple weeks.
There you go. Yeah. See what I'm saying?
So, but speaking of AEW, wow.
Oh wow.
All In. We watched it. We were there. Well, we weren't there. We were there in spirit.
Yes, we were.
Reliving our, was it SummerSlam 1992? Yeah, right. Yeah, reliving our SummerSlam 1992 fantasies with a crowd of, we were told, what was it, 81,035? Man, that was all bullshit. No, I mean, I don't know, man. So, as first reported by WrestleNomics, the Brent Council, which oversees the borough in Greater London, responded to a request for an attendance figures and confirmed that the turnstile count representing the actual number of ticketed fans present at the event was not, in fact, 81,035, but instead 72,265. It remains unclear of how many of the attendees In the turnstile count were paid attendees versus those giving complimentary tickets, as the breakdown was not provided for that. Because you also have to take into account, there's a lot of these people who are being comp tickets.
Mm-hmm. You
Uh,
also got to account for people no showing.
yes, and I believe
But I mean,
AEW
9,000 though, that's a lot to
But
no
so
show.
AEW traditionally reports the number of paid tickets and excludes comp tickets. So
Mhm.
the 81,000, in theory, that doesn't include comp tickets.
Yeah, it should have been an attendance of over 85.
Exactly. Um, in the world of sporting events and concerts, they announced that typically the attendance typically encompasses the total number of distributed tickets, which makes more sense,
Mhm.
including because that's attendance,
Mhm.
whether you paid or not,
Mhm.
including both paid and comp tickets, while the turnstile numbers, the actual attendees, are not usually disclosed. Now, as highlighted in the Brandon Thurston report, he says WrestleNomics was informed by a source that the typical AEW event typically sees a turnstile count ranging from 80 to 90% of the paid attendance. So let's just say they sell 100 tickets, they're only seeing about 80 to 90 people show up.
Mhm.
In this specific case, the turnstile count of 72,265 represents 89% of the announced was it
83, 131.
83,131. Based on this estimate, it suggests that there were approximately 2,000 non-paid tickets distributed in addition to the official announced paid attendance figure.
All right.
Thurston also pointed out that so that those numbers do line up with traditionally, but man, that's a lot of people not showing up.
It is. Yeah.
9,000. Thurston also pointed out that according to Arlington, Texas police department, it's a whole department. WWE's WrestleMania 32 in 2016 recorded a turnstile count of 80,709, while WWE announced the attendance at 101,763 for that event.
Yeah. So,
So Jose,
pros of
did
that.
Tony
Huh?
Khan just let the entire wrestling world down by lying to our faces? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But really, like in reality, AEW has always prided themselves on kind of announcing actual numbers and being a little bit more one-on-one with fans and letting them know what's the deal. They've
Mhm.
kind of always done that, I think they are the wrestling podcast wrestling show,
Yeah.
But what do you think of this report?
That shit like this happens all the time. When it comes to counting people, massive amounts of people. Tony trusted his counting person, the crew that does that. Never failed them before.
There was
Failed
just
this
one
stuff,
guy.
Tony?
There was a one guy just clicking the thing, watching all the
You
videos.
guys are going too fast.
Hold on, come back. Yeah, it's like those I Love Lucy episodes.
Yeah, with the chocolate.
Putting the chocolate or the pills or whatever.
Mhm. Yeah.
Anything. Yeah, but yeah. What were you gonna say?
This stuff happens with stats and number counting. I mean, look how long it takes to tabulate, votes of local voting machines, right?
Election.
It takes it takes a little bit. You don't get them the next day.
Given those have more stakes in it than AEW attendance record.
Totally. So oops, it happens. What are you gonna do?
Yeah,
I mean, ultimately, who cares, right? I don't.
I think it was you say who cares, but
Mhm.
seriously, the tribalism in wrestling fans has kind of taken over at this point because
Yeah, no, you guys
when
listen to both shows.
when
Fudge.
AEW announced the number, right,
Mhm.
there were people all over X, Facebook,
Nuh-uh.
Instagram. They were like, "Well, what about these open seats over here?" Like,
Mhm. Look at the
not
picture. I took this 5 hours before the event. There's nobody here.
or like not even. They're like, "Oh, I just got this picture off X or
Yeah.
Instagram or whatever,"
Yeah.
and
Same
they
ass the
really
life.
started going at it, kind of saying that number
Mhm.
isn't real. That number isn't real. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. And then when this thing came out, they're see,
Mhm.
I told you, Tony, you're a liar. You're a
Mhm.
liar.
Yep.
WWE wins. Woo. It's just
Mhm.
like, dude, chill out.
Yeah. It's not that
There's no,
serious.
yeah. Like to me, it's just, I guess we're just getting to the same thing we get into all the time when it's just like what you like,
Yeah.
and don't
Yeah.
what you don't. Let your wallet speak for your mouth,
There you
because
go.
at the end of the day, that's what's really going to make a company successful or fail. Go buy some WWE merch. Go buy
Mhm.
some Elite toys. Hell, I have a whole case of them over here. You know,
Yeah.
given there was one point where I'm like, I'm not buying any WWE merchandise. That company is terrible, and I
Yeah.
am not going to support a company that does business with Saudi Arabia.
Ooh. We were really down. That was
And
an era at CW.
then I just stopped giving. Then I just stopped giving a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But
So
I'm just not gonna watch that show and that's it.
yeah,
Right? I mean, when was the last time we did a review of a Saudi show?
yeah, I'll still watch them I'll pop them
Yeah.
on, because usually I'm at work when they're happening, and I'll
Mhm.
just like I work at a computer, so it gets the littlest screen at the bottom. You know,
Yeah. 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 And, those matches don't mean anything anyway.
because honestly, watching wrestling at work is it's almost like watching porn at work sometimes.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
like you'll just see, like, I remember I was watching NXT one time, and I was just like highlighting some stuff, and man, like Toxic Attraction came out, and they're just like, ooh, and like one of my coworkers walked past, and I'm just like, click, 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 minimize.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what's
Yeah.
up, buddy? How you doing? Hey, Deborah, how you doing?
Yeah. Oh
So,
man.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
AEW, they tried. They tried.
They did. I don't fault anybody for this. At the end of the day, it's what, 9,000. They still
The
got 100 people.
the
They still got
only
100
thing,
people, 100,000 butts in the seats.
the only thing is that the only thing that I think they messed up on is announcing that they broke the record just off the bat. Like, we broke the record.
Yeah.
Most wrestling
Yeah.
fans in attendance. Asterisk, except for North Korea.
Hmm.
Because I know those people were all forced to be there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is like, isn't it like the highest attendance? I don't know. But yeah, man, they shouldn't have announced it. And I believe Will Ospreay got a tattoo with the number on it. I
That's
believe.
right. He did.
Don't quote me on that. I don't remember seeing. I remember seeing the tattoo, and someone
Yeah.
commented on.
I saw the tattoo and it had the date.
Yeah,
And what else did I have?
it had like 2 circles of numbers.
Yeah.
I know that. Well, Will Ospreay.
You can always go over it.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, they do that like a tattoo eraser now. They just
Yeah.
laser it off. It's
Oh,
fine.
They could go old school and just like zap just a little part of the 8 to make it look like a 7.
Yeah. Actually, he can go up against like CM Punk tattoo versus tattoo match. The loser gets their tattoo lasered off right there.
There you go.
I think that'd be perfect. And on that note,
Tony Khan, book it.
I think that about does it here for us today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because honestly, we are a struggling podcast. Clicking that like button is a great way to help the show out.
We're not struggling. We're in great shape. Come on, man.
Come on. I know, right? Yeah, we actually charge $1 million an episode. You're just getting the free one. No, but like, honestly, help the show out. Subscribe, like, share, let your friends know about City Wrestling Radio. These two goofballs talking about wrestling every week. Never worked in the business, but have watched it their entire lives.
Yeah.
All right. For City Wrestling Radio, I am Corey Smith.
I am tired as hell.
And we will see you later. Take care. Have a wonderful day, and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Alrighty. Nice.